counting machines drop them into vault bags. Forklifts then carry the coins into highly guarded, secure vaults. At the end of each workday, the Mint has created another 80 million coins worth $3 million. Counterfeiters don't typically bother with quarters, dimes, and nickels. When it comes to ripping off the Mint, the most likely threat is theft. Security is very serious. Anyone visiting or working at the Mint will have their pocket change immediately confiscated at the door. And the vending machines inside? They only accept prepaid plastic.
No high security facility has ever really successfully been robbed unless it was due to an insider's participation.
Over the years, the Mint has witnessed some of the strangest inside theft jobs ever. For example, there was Orville Harrington. In 1920, he was a $4 a day worker who couldn't resist the temptation. He took advantage of a unique personal attribute, a hollow wooden leg. It was the ideal place for hiding bars of gold. Over several months, he managed to hide and steal 53 bars. The value at that time? $80,000. The value today? $750,000. But Harrington was eventually apprehended when a coworker got suspicious. His sentence? 10 years in the slammer. In the late 70s, the New York Mint was the target of an even more bizarre robbery.
That facility actually refined gold. So you would see gold in all different states of finish in 7-ounce bars and just bulk little clumps and in BB type size. So it was all over the place. It looked like Willy Wonka chocolate factory for gold.
An employee came up with a deviously simple scheme that took advantage of a weakness in security checks. His key attribute was his height, and all he needed was a newspaper. He wrapped up gold dust in little bags, then rolled a newspaper up to cover it.
It was about 6'7". When he would leave, he would stand with his newspaper in his hand and raise his hand straight up over his head in order so the guards can search him very easily. And unfortunately, none of the guards were as tall as he, and so they could never reach his hand.
You're clean. Have a good one. You bet. Thanks.
Today, it takes more than wooden legs and wrapped up newspapers to steal from these highly guarded facilities. They've got their own armed police force whose job is to protect over $100 billion in gold, silver, and coins. The Mint police go through vigorous training, including SWAT and anti-terror measures. The bottom line is preventing crooks from getting inside in the first place.
Working around money means you have to make sure that the people are honest. And before they're hired, we make sure we check them thoroughly.
And make no mistake, at the Mint, everything gets checked, from backgrounds to back pockets. The Bureau of Engraving and Printing and the United States Mint. Together, they're a powerhouse money-making plant, churning out millions by the hour. But they're not the only ones. Around the world, underground counterfeit cash factories are giving them a run for their money, literally. It's a major problem, a threat to the United States economy, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Historically, the United States has always been a nation where people believed they could get rich quick. But that dream has had a dark side. Ever since bills have been part of the United States currency, there have been people trying to fake them. In the early days of the dollar, counterfeiting was a raging epidemic. From 1837 to 1866, during the free banking era, 1,600 state banks printed their own bills, each with its own design. That adds up to 7,000 designs in total. That meant a lot of confusion for the public, and lots of opportunity for counterfeiters to cash in. To fight back, President Lincoln approved a plan to combat bogus bills.